Hi, this is Wayne Holmes talking to you from SeaTech. I'd like to talk about one of our hot topics today on GEnx engine. When you have a GEnx line maintenance class at SeaTech, we always discuss the hot topics of the field as part of the line maintenance class. Today we're going to talk about the oil filler cap. The oil filler cap on the engine used to service the oil tank on the GEnx engine. It's on the right-hand side of the engine and accessed through the fan cowl door. The first thing you should know is you don't want to try to remove the oil filler cap too shortly after shutdown. It takes about 5 minutes for the air pressure, that is air left over from the air oil separator that's still in the tank, before you can open the valve safely. If you wait too long, you may have a problem where oil could bleed down into the lower part of the engine and over-servicing. So you want to service the oil somewhere between 5 minutes after shutdown and 30 minutes after shutdown. You lift the retainer, turn it 90 degrees, and hopefully the cap will come out nice and easy, like this. When you remove the oil filler cap, you can notice that there is on here indication for up to 4 quarts low on a dipstick that's built into the system. So that gives you a little bit of warning when you're filling it before you get to the point where you're overfilled. Now the problem, one of the biggest problems we have in the field with this is there is a safety device inside that some customers find difficult to work with, called a flapper valve. This flapper valve is put on the oil system and required to put on the oil system in the event that the oil cap is left off or blows off, that it will prevent oil leakage by closing and preventing oil from going out through the top of the filler port. When they start pouring oil in at servicing, initially this may be stuck, or it may be a little bit of oil required to go in there very slowly before the valve will pop open. Because they get impatient with this, they stick things down in here, such as plastic devices or even metal in some cases, to defeat the flapper valve. They stick it down through this screen in here. The problem with that is twofold. One is you can damage the screen. There have been damages to the screen resulting in holding the flapper valve open. All right? You end up with the flapper valve damaged because the screen has been pushed through. The other problem is if you leave a plastic device in there, such as a tie wrap, and you go to put your cap back on and you're not paying much attention because you're in a hurry, you then have an issue where you've captured that tie wrap in your cap and actually caused damage right here to the filler cap. The third thing out there in the field that we have seen on some of the earlier versions is this particular tether could get caught underneath the cap. Again, somebody's in the dark, they're in a hurry, and it gets caught under the cap, something like that. Something to be aware of. That can lead to oil loss. And there have been changes made to prevent this, where you'll see an actual thicker tether on later engines. But if you've got an older tether like I've got on this engine here, there is potential to actually capture that tether under the cap, and if you force it hard enough, you'll actually lock it in there, causing oil loss. Once again, my name is Wayne Holmes, talking to you from SeaTech. If you have any further questions, you can contact me. There are also 3 Fleet Highlight articles talking about the various issues with the oil filler cap, as well as a couple of WTT presentations.